I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night to wherever you may be watching this transmission. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the channel. Here it is. The U.S. housing market bubble is bursting as sales plunge. Sales have started to plunge in the U.S. housing market as COVID triggers historic surge in unemployment. So a lot of the places that are going to get hit the hardest with this are going to be the entire west coast of the United States. Will be hit really hard. They're going to lose a lot. And New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, those areas are going to be hit really hard. Even Delaware, they're going to get hit hard because the places with a lot of foreign investing are going to get hard. And then you're going to have middle America and stuff in Texas. You're going to see a decline for anywhere from 8 to 13 to 20% decline in housing prices. The U.S. housing market was on the precipice of a major downturn looking before COVID. The novel outbreak could accelerate the downtrend. The U.S. housing market is in trouble and sales are heading south. Massive unemployment is expected to derail price growth. Key players are already pulling out. The U.S. real estate has enjoyed a terrific run over the past year as buyers poured into the market to take advantage of the low mortgage rates, but it was a bubble that was waiting to burst. So this is not people that went in, bought a house, they bought this house, let's say for $240, they put down 50%, let's say, right? At a low rate, they could pay $590 a month for a mortgage. They're fine. These people won't be affected that bought in within their range, okay? And if they hold their house for 10, 20, 30 years, depending on how long the market takes to bounce back, you'll see the prices go back up on these things in 10, 15, 20 years. So you don't have to worry too much if you did the right thing and bought within your price range, right? So keep that in mind. The COVID outbreak may have popped the U.S. Housing bubble because of its economic fallout. Buyers are fleeing the market, even though mortgage rates have sunk to record lows, and this could set off the next housing crisis. Buyers are escaping the housing market. Real estate marketplace Zillow has suspended purchasing on new homes on accounts of the COVID outbreak. The company directly purchased homes from sellers in 24 markets through its Zillow offers business arm. It resells them after making repairs. Oh, that was a bad move. I remember them doing that, right? So this is what they said. Our top priority is ensuring the safety and health of our employees, customers, and partners, given the concerns for public safety and rapid developments by governments that restrict local real estate activities. We determined it was prudent to pause our home buying to preserve our capital. Of course, protecting money as everything. He also added that Zillow has reduced its pace of acquiring homes over the last month. As it turns out, Zillow isn't the only real estate player that have scaled down its buying activity. Redfin made a similar earlier move this month by temporarily halting the operation of Redfin Now home resale business. This week, home buying demand took a big hit, with year-over-year growth dropping nearly 27% in January, 1% and 1% growth in over the past 7 days. There has, in fact, been a 1% contraction in demand over the past 3 days. So it's moving fast. In 3 days, 1% contraction, that's huge. Kelman added that Redfin's website traffic growth has shrunk to the high single digits this month as compared to 20% growth in January and February. The bad news for the U.S. housing market is that two companies aren't the only ones calling for weak demand. Capital Economics forecasts home sales could drop 35% this spring compared to the closing quarter of 2019. Home sales in the U.S. could plunge to their lowest 29 years annualized rate of 4 million. Guys, you know what? If home sales drop 35% in America, let's say, I'm going to go buy, honestly, I'm going to buy something in Arizona, like in the Phoenix area. I'll go buy something like a nice a condo with a pool and a gym and all that for like 80, 90 grand. Last 70 grand. I'll go pick something up. I'll even pick up a detached home. But detached home, you got risks of break-ins and, people break into but you know what I mean, right? So, like, all kinds of, like, opportunities will be there, right? Especially for people that have been waiting on the sidelines for a million years, right, to buy. They have a little bit of a down payment, right? The COVID-induced unemployment will deal with severe blow to U.S. housing markets as buyers think twice before entering the market. Remember, guys, in America, it's different than Canada and Australia and New Zealand. In America, the average wage earner is the average home buyer there, where the average wage earner in Canada doesn't have two nickels to rub together. because they're broke paying rent. So the average wage earner in America is the average homeowner. And I'm talking all of America, okay, guys? In California, you're saying, what are you talking about? No, go to New Mexico, it's not like that. Go to Phoenix, it's not like that. Go to South Carolina, Florida, it's not like that, right? Unemployment soared to 3.3 million last week. That was nearly 5 times the previous record that was set nearly 4 decades ago. The novel COVID-driven shutdown is expected to push U.S. unemployment rate to 13% by March, which would exceed 10% rate seen during the 2009 Great Recession. What's alarming is that unemployment claims surpassed the most grim-looking estimates. Goldman Sachs was predicting a record 2.5 million people would file for initial unemployment claims last week. The number of Americans who have filed for their first week unemployment benefits stood at 281,000 in the week before. That was 33% increase over the preceding week and the highest percentage jump since 1992. Goldman Sachs estimates were based on the spike layoffs across various business such as hotels, restaurants, airlines, and sports. Guys, and don't forget nightclubs, bars, and all those other places are taking a huge hit. This is bad for the U.S. housing market as rising unemployment will put off buyers. Even if mortgage rates remain low, this could eventually lead to lower sales and force sellers to reduce prices, triggering the next U.S. housing market crisis. Disclaimer, the opinions expressed in the article are not necessarily reflect the views of ccn.com. Guys, check out ccn.com. They're really good at, they're kind of like almost like a zero hedge when it comes to getting things done, or getting things out there. Yeah. Let me know, guys, where you are in the United States of America, and are you starting to see massive changes in the markets? We will be seeing changes in the market. Housing always lags behind the markets anywhere from a month to 3 months. So give it time, guys, especially if you're waiting on the sidelines. And if you own, like I said, and you put down a big down payment, you don't have to worry. Especially if you bought your home to keep it and raise a family, you don't have to worry, right? So, and if mortgage rates go up after, keep the low mortgage rate you got locked into. You might even aggregate a bit of a savings in the end when it's all said and done and the home is paid off. You never know. Do your math, guys. Do your research. Do your own thing, Guys, don't forget to support me on Patreon if you want to buy me a coffee for $1 a month. Also, guys, don't forget to set your reminders for Trends in the Housing Market tomorrow night, where we talk economy, housing, unemployment, all that stuff that lead to housing. And don't forget to set your reminder for Mike in the Night, guys. Mike in the Night, Mind Games, the psychological impact that this virus is causing on people. Whether you lost your job, whether you're nervous, whether you don't have enough savings, whether you don't have... So we'll get people calling in. We're going to talk ourselves through this, guys. We're going to get through this together, I promise, okay? So don't forget to do that, and don't forget to buy me a coffee on Patreon. All links are located on top of the channel right here. Thank you so much for your support, and I'm also on Teespring if you want to buy something cool. Check out my little Teespring store. Let me know, comment below, lots of love, and you guys stay safe, okay? And if you can't stay safe, please be careful.